Why did the Maya civilization disappear? Deep within the rainforests of Central America, hidden beneath towering trees and tangled vines, stand the remains of one of the greatest civilizations in human history. Massive stone pyramids rise above the jungle canopy. Ancient temples still point toward the sky. Carved monuments tell stories of kings, wars, and celestial events. For centuries, these cities were swallowed by the forest. Their people were gone. Their voices had fallen silent, and no one knew why. The Maya civilization built some of the most extraordinary cities in the ancient world. Long before many European kingdoms had even formed, Maya architects were constructing towering pyramids, elaborate palaces, and vast ceremonial plazas. Their astronomers tracked the movements of the sun, moon, and planets with astonishing precision. Their mathematicians developed one of the earliest known concepts of zero. Their scribes created a sophisticated writing system containing hundreds of unique symbols. Their engineers built reservoirs, terraces, and complex water management systems that allowed millions of people to thrive in an environment that was often unpredictable. At their height, the Maya world stretched across what is now southern Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador. Rather than a single empire, it was a network of powerful city-states, each ruled by its own king, each competing for wealth, influence, and prestige. Cities such as Tikal, Calakmul, Palenque, Copan, and Caracol became centers of art, science, trade, and religion. Their monuments celebrated victories. Their temples honored gods. Their markets connected distant regions through vast trading networks. For centuries, the civilization flourished. Then, something changed. Beginning around the 8th century, many of the greatest cities of the southern Maya lowlands began to decline. Construction slowed. Monuments became less frequent. Royal inscriptions stopped. Entire neighborhoods were abandoned. Within little more than a century, many once powerful cities had been left behind. The jungle slowly reclaimed the roads. Trees pushed through palace walls. Roots split stone staircases. Nature erased what humanity had spent generations building. To early explorers, the abandoned cities seemed impossible. How could a civilization capable of such remarkable achievements simply disappear? For a long time, people searched for dramatic explanations. Some imagined a massive invasion. Others believed a mysterious epidemic had wiped out the population. There were stories of supernatural curses, divine punishment, or sudden catastrophes. But archaeology rarely supports simple answers. The more scientists uncovered, the more complicated the story became. The Maya people had not vanished. Millions of Maya descendants still live throughout Central America today, preserving languages, traditions, and cultural practices that stretch back thousands of years. What disappeared was not the people. It was the political and urban system that had supported their great cities. That distinction changes everything. Instead of asking why an entire civilization disappeared, scientists began asking a different question. Why did so many of its largest cities collapse? To answer that question, researchers turned to an unexpected source: the climate. Hidden beneath lake sediments, cave formations, and ancient tree rings, nature had preserved a record of past weather conditions. These natural archives revealed something extraordinary. During the very period when many Maya cities were declining, Central America experienced a series of severe droughts. Some lasted years, others persisted for decades. Rainfall became increasingly unreliable. Reservoirs that once sustained large populations began shrinking. Harvests failed more frequently. Food became scarce. In a civilization where agriculture depended heavily on seasonal rains, prolonged drought could become devastating. But drought alone rarely destroys an entire society. History has shown that civilizations often survive environmental challenges. The real danger appears when multiple crises occur at the same time. And that may have been exactly what happened to the Maya. As water became less reliable, competition between neighboring city-states intensified. Kings who claimed divine authority faced growing pressure to provide stability and prosperity. Wars became more frequent. Trade networks weakened. Resources became increasingly difficult to obtain. Population growth placed additional strain on forests and farmland. Every challenge amplified the next. A failed harvest created political instability. Political instability disrupted trade. Reduced trade weakened economies. Economic decline made future droughts even more difficult to survive. Slowly, the system that had supported some of the greatest cities in the Americas began to unravel. Yet one mystery still remained. If the Maya possessed remarkable scientific knowledge, advanced engineering, and generations of experience adapting to their environment, why couldn't they prevent the collapse? The answer may reveal one of the most important lessons in all of human history. Because the fall of the Maya was not caused by a single disaster. It was caused by something far more familiar. The gradual accumulation of problems that, together, became impossible to overcome. History often teaches us to look for a single turning point. One battle, one earthquake, one terrible decision. A moment when everything suddenly changed. But the collapse of the Maya cities tells a different story. It was not one disaster. It was many. Each crisis feeding the next until an entire system could no longer support itself. Imagine living in a city where every year the rains become a little less reliable. The harvest is slightly smaller. The reservoirs are a little lower. Food becomes more expensive. Tension grows between neighboring kingdoms. No single year feels like the end. But after decades, everything is different. For the Maya, water was more than a resource. It was the foundation of civilization itself. Unlike societies built beside massive rivers, such as the Nile or the Tigris, many Maya cities had no permanent rivers flowing through them. Instead, they depended on seasonal rainfall. Engineers constructed enormous reservoirs to capture water during the rainy season. They carved canals, built underground storage systems, designed sophisticated methods to preserve every possible drop. For centuries, these systems worked remarkably well, but they had limits. When droughts became longer and more frequent, even the most advanced reservoirs could not meet the needs of rapidly growing populations. As food production declined, rulers faced an impossible challenge. Maya kings were not simply political leaders. They were believed to serve as intermediaries between the people and the gods. Their legitimacy depended on maintaining order, prosperity, and successful harvests. When crops failed year after year, confidence in that system began to weaken. If the gods were no longer blessing the land, could the king still claim divine favor? Archaeologists have found evidence suggesting that warfare intensified during this period. Fortified settlements became more common. Defensive walls appeared around cities that had previously remained open. Monuments celebrating military victories increased. Competition for fertile land and reliable water sources may have become increasingly violent. Every conflict consumed valuable resources. Every defeated city disrupted regional trade. Every displaced family placed greater pressure on neighboring communities. Meanwhile, the forests surrounding many Maya cities were changing. To support growing populations, vast areas of woodland had been cleared for agriculture, construction, and fuel. Trees that once helped regulate local temperatures and moisture disappeared. Without forest cover, soil eroded more easily. The land became less productive. Some researchers believe this environmental change may have made drought conditions even more severe. It was not one problem. It was a chain reaction. Climate affected agriculture. Agriculture affected politics. Politics affected trade. Trade affected survival. One weakness exposed another. And eventually, the entire network began to fragment. Yet something remarkable happened. The Maya people themselves did not disappear. Families moved. Communities adapted. Some migrated north into regions where water remained more dependable. Others settled in smaller villages rather than enormous ceremonial cities. Life continued. Only the great urban centers slowly emptied. This is one of the most important discoveries made by modern archaeology. The Maya civilization did not simply vanish. It transformed. Today, more than 6 million Maya people still live across Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador. Many continue speaking Maya languages passed down through countless generations. Traditional farming techniques remain in use. Ancient customs continue alongside modern life. The descendants of the Maya are not characters from history books. They are living communities whose culture has survived extraordinary change. In recent decades, new technology has transformed our understanding of their world. Using airborne laser mapping, known as LiDAR, scientists have scanned dense jungle without cutting down a single tree. The results have been astonishing. Beneath the forest canopy, researchers discovered thousands of previously unknown structures. Entire neighborhoods, hidden roads connecting distant cities, terraced farms, defensive walls, massive platforms. The jungle had not erased the civilization. It had simply concealed it. Every new survey reveals that the Maya world was larger, more connected, and more sophisticated than anyone imagined only a generation ago. Perhaps the greatest lesson of the Maya is not about collapse. It is about resilience. Civilizations are often judged by the monuments they leave behind. Towering pyramids, palaces, temples. But those structures are only stone. The true strength of any civilization lies in its people. The Maya adapted. They survived. Their knowledge evolved. Their descendants carried their identity forward, even after many of the great cities fell silent. When we stand before the ruins of Tikal or Palenque today, it is tempting to ask what was lost. But perhaps we should ask something different. What endured? The answer is remarkable. Language endured. Tradition endured. Memory endured. And so did the human ability to begin again. The story of the Maya is not only about the fall of magnificent cities. It is about how societies respond when faced with pressures that seem impossible to overcome. Climate, resources, conflict, political instability. These are not challenges confined to the ancient world. They remain part of our world today. That is why the Maya continue to fascinate historians, scientists, and archaeologists. Their story feels ancient, yet it also feels surprisingly modern. The ruins hidden beneath the rainforest are more than monuments to a forgotten past. They are reminders that no civilization is guaranteed to last forever. Prosperity requires balance. Innovation requires resilience. And even the greatest societies must continually adapt to a changing world. Perhaps the greatest mystery was never why the Maya disappeared, because they never truly did. The real mystery is how a civilization capable of such extraordinary achievements managed to leave behind so many lessons, that humanity is still learning from them more than 1,000 years later. The collapse of the great Maya cities was not the end of the Maya people. In many ways, it was the beginning of a new chapter. As the great urban centers of the southern lowlands declined, families made difficult decisions. Some remained behind, trying to preserve the cities their ancestors had built. Others migrated toward regions where water was more dependable. Communities that had once depended on powerful kings gradually became smaller and more independent. Life did not stop. It simply changed. For centuries, European explorers believed the abandoned cities had belonged to a vanished civilization. The towering pyramids standing alone in the jungle seemed to support that idea. Massive temples, stone palaces, silent plazas. No crowds, no kings, no ceremonies. Only vines climbing ancient staircases and tree roots splitting carved monuments apart. It was easy to imagine that an entire civilization had disappeared without a trace. But history had played a clever trick. The cities had been abandoned. The people had not. Today, more than 6 million Maya descendants live across Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador. More than 30 Maya languages are still spoken. Traditional ceremonies continue. Ancient farming knowledge survives. Families still pass down stories that connect the present with a history stretching back thousands of years. The Maya never vanished. Only their political world changed. In recent years, archaeologists have begun uncovering an even bigger surprise. For generations, scientists believed they had already discovered most major Maya cities. Then came a revolutionary technology called LiDAR. Mounted beneath aircraft, powerful laser scanners fired millions of pulses through gaps in the rainforest canopy. When the data returned, computers removed the trees digitally. For the first time, researchers could see the landscape exactly as it lay beneath the jungle. What they discovered was astonishing. Entire cities appeared where nobody expected them. Roads connected distant kingdoms. Massive agricultural terraces covered hillsides. Defensive walls surrounded ancient settlements. Canals, reservoirs, pyramids, homes, and marketplaces emerged from beneath centuries of vegetation. The Maya world was far larger than anyone had imagined. Some estimates suggested that millions more people once lived there than historians had previously believed. The jungle had not erased history. It had hidden it. Every new expedition now has the potential to uncover another forgotten city. Every scan reveals another piece of an enormous civilization that is still being rediscovered. That realization has transformed the way historians think about the Maya. Rather than asking why they disappeared, researchers now ask how such a sophisticated civilization adapted for so long to one of the world's most challenging environments. The Maya were extraordinary observers of nature. They carefully tracked the movements of celestial bodies. They built calendars of remarkable accuracy. They engineered reservoirs capable of storing enormous amounts of rainwater. They developed farming techniques suited to difficult landscapes. For centuries, these innovations allowed their cities to flourish. Yet even the greatest achievements have limits. When environmental pressure, political instability, warfare, and resource shortages arrived together, adaptation became increasingly difficult. The collapse was not caused by one enemy. It was the result of many challenges arriving at the same time. Perhaps that is why the Maya story feels so familiar today. Modern civilizations also depend upon complex systems: food, water, trade, energy, communication, transportation. Each system supports another. When one weakens, others can be affected as well. The Maya remind us that civilizations are not destroyed overnight. More often, they change slowly. A poor harvest, a growing conflict, a shrinking resource, a difficult political decision. None may seem catastrophic on its own, but together, they can reshape history. And yet there is another lesson hidden among the ruins: human resilience. The descendants of the Maya preserved their identity despite centuries of extraordinary change. Empires rose and fell. Colonial powers arrived. Borders shifted. Languages evolved. Still, Maya culture endured. Perhaps that is the greatest achievement of all. Not the pyramids, not the palaces, not even the remarkable understanding of mathematics and astronomy. The greatest achievement was survival, because stone monuments eventually crumble. Forests reclaim abandoned cities. Names fade from memory. But people carry history forward. Every spoken language, every traditional ceremony, every family story passed from one generation to the next becomes another piece of living history. Standing among the ruins of Tikal, Palenque, or Copan, it is easy to focus on what was lost. The towering temples, the royal courts, the bustling markets, the celebrations that once filled enormous plazas. But perhaps we should also remember what remained: knowledge, culture, identity, hope. History is filled with civilizations that appear to end suddenly. The Maya teach us that reality is rarely so simple. Sometimes, a civilization does not disappear. It evolves into something new. Its greatest cities may fall silent. Its monuments may become hidden beneath forests. Yet its people continue writing the next chapter. Perhaps the greatest mystery was never why the Maya civilization disappeared, because it never truly did. The real mystery is how a civilization that flourished more than 1,000 years ago continues to shape our understanding of science, engineering, resilience, and humanity itself. Hidden beneath the rainforest, carved into weathered stone, and carried in the voices of millions of descendants, the story of the Maya is still being written. And with every new discovery, history reminds us that the past is never as distant as it